Thank you for visiting the Coin Lady channel again. Listen up, folks. In this video I'm going to tell you two stories. It turns out that con artists are attempting to con you for the 11 billionth time. Indeed, you XRP holder, you precious XRP. It's kind of foolish, in my humble view, and I'll tell you how they're trying to pull it off. Additionally, I have a question. Do you all recall last month when Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, warned that the US government was going to target Tether, a significant participant in the Bitcoin ecosystem? Do any of you recall that? Not that the United States is actively pursuing them, but something has changed, and now I'm starting to wonder if Brad Garlinghouse is completely right, not that I had any reason to doubt him before. A non-profit organization has launched an advertising campaign, making serious accusations and claiming to have proof that Tether is a Ponzi scheme. This is just one of many reasons why people are suspicious of the cryptocurrency. How much of a hit the cryptocurrency market will take if that's true? Yeah, it would hurt a lot. It is difficult to determine the severity, although FTX might have caused it. Possibly, I suppose. Like other cryptocurrencies, they've been creating Tether as they go along. But if they claim something is backing it up when it isn't, it might cause a run on the bank, wouldn't it? Just so we're clear, I don't come from a financial family or anything. No matter what I say or do, you shouldn't put your money where your mouth is, since I'm not a financial advisor. As a hobby and for fun, I enjoy making films on YouTube regarding crypto-related subjects. I'm just an enthusiast. People are no damn good, my grandpa would say. Grandpappy, you have a wealth of sage wisdom. So, here is the crypto fundamental headline that my grandpappy was correct about. New scam involving Ripple hits XRP community. There is a new fraud circulating among XRP users that is supposedly related to the upcoming launch of the Ripple USD stablecoin. As for the ticker symbol, RLUSD, in case you were unaware, some X publications have mistakenly claimed that XRP Ledger blockchain explorers have found evidence that 1 billion RLUSD tokens have been issued. Several recent transactions, the majority of which occurred within the last 48 hours, have been processed by the associated XRPL account. Trust line transactions involving billions of fake RLUSD tokens make up the bulk of these transactions. Seeing as how this change appears on an XRPL address, together with the impending debut of RLUSD on the XRP ledger, has caused some in the community to claim that it is real. Go to Ripple if you want to know if this is real or not, guys. Is the launch of the RLUSD public knowledge? They have not only failed to do so, but they have also repeatedly indicated their intention to introduce the RLUSD much later this year. People are incredibly terrible, but they just admitted that, so there are warning signs. In any case, have a look at this. The situation remains calm, although prominent members of the XRP community have already called it a scam. XRP Cafe creator and validator, as well as veteran XRPL, DUNL, stressed that RLUSD has not been released just yet. In order to protect themselves from scammers, he emphasized that members should wait for official announcements from Ripple. His emphasis of that is commendable. Next, he kindly offered a screenshot showing the result of inserting a large X onto it, which is always appreciated. At the very least, label the screenshot as scam if you intend to share it. Just add one more X and everything will be good. No problem. That pretty much settles everything, doesn't it? Ripple follows suit, as they have done with previous warnings about scammers. This time, they simply watermark the word scam over the document. It was slightly slanted, but that's all. Real life, US dollars, it's money. The XRP lodger has it. You can see it there, can't you? It must be genuine, then. For the record, here's a fun fact. Everything you read online, and this is definitely part of the internet, is true. On the internet, nobody would ever intentionally mislead, defraud, or lie to anyone. Am I correct? They wouldn't act morally if they did it. No one would ever do anything like that. No one. Am I correct? Aside from the fact that they would, we would also claim that the wind was sounding the alarm. I'm seeing the initial screenshots from folks assuming RLUSD has actually been issued on the XRP ledger, according to this post he made stating as much. No, it hasn't been released yet. Yes, you read it correctly. These are fraudulent tokens offered by con artists peddling useless assets through AMM. So, they're attempting to acquire your cherished XRP in return for phony real money, USD. How about that? As an example of a real transaction, this screen capture shows that it was activated by BitTrue. So, we'd say that it just means a bit truthful when mentioned. The account has no value once the user has enabled it. Another member of the XRP community has asked how they can use the RLUSD name. And we'd add that anyone can issue anything over an open network, which is the most apparent response. And I couldn't agree more. However, this begs the question, how will the public discern reality from fiction? Also, a valid point. We must unite as a community to ensure that we are completely forthright about that. In addition, it made me wonder something I had never considered before. I'm not sure why, but I've never had an excuse to. For starters, I've never released a token on the XRP ledger, but then again, I'm not a developer, so maybe that's not surprising. Yeah, I really ought to. I will pose this inquiry. Can you have a second coin with the exact same ticker sign as the RLUSD? I'm actually quite curious about this today. If that's the case, it's hard to see why two files in the same folder on a computer may possibly exist. I hope you get my point. Ripple has probably considered this, and I'm confident they came up with a solid solution. This is merely an idea that has never occurred to me before. I just materialized in my mind since, given that this is taking place in this very place, I really doubt that it will pose any sort of issue. For the simple reason that there can be no more than one if Ripple hasn't already considered this. It's safe to say that we should have taken it before we publicized it, RL and USD. In any case, it's possible that there are duplicates here. Keep it in mind, keep your darling from being taken. This is all about XRP for me. This following story has the potential to have far-reaching consequences. Eleanor Terry, a writer for Fox Business, was posting a plethora of details about this on social media site X, including the image you see here. At addition, she just penned an article that can be shown at Times Square in New York City, which accuses Tether, the biggest stablecoin in the world, of corruption. There you have it, the website that is bound to corruption. That's the term used to describe it. There's a .com. Wow, I never saw that coming. Now, I'll admit that I've never made a direct accusation against Tether. I simply don't have the proof, but I have voiced my concerns on a constant basis for the past 4 years. Why? Why? Because they conceal information. Soon enough, I will get to that. Excuse me while I arrange the table for you. Do you recall last month's remarks made by Brad Garland House? From Cointelegraph, these are the top stories. The US government is clearly targeting CEO, Tether, and Ripple. Bradley Garland, CEO Tether, a stablecoin problem, is something the US government is clearly pursuing, according to House. This could have unforeseen consequences for the cryptocurrency markets. No way, it's obvious. How bad it will be is the only thing that hasn't been debated. It's inevitable that it will be sincerely terrible. You really believe that terrible news gets out? It turns out that the second thing that everyone is using, a cryptocurrency that accounts for a huge portion of the market cap, is actually a hoax. Could it be that the market isn't going to be responsive? Of course, the only real question is how big of an issue it will be if that is truly the case. Well, the piece remains. The video ends there. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy it. Coming up shortly, farewell.